Moving on, one of the key players in Australia's 2003 World Cup winning campaign was Michael Bevan. The batter is in India for the Legends Premier League, and WION correspondent Sidharth MP caught up with Bevan in Chennai to look ahead to this clash.
We're joined by veteran Australia cricketer Michael Bevan, who's here in India for the Legends League cricket. So how do you see this final between India and Australia? How exciting is it for you?
I think it's going to be a great final. Obviously, India have played the most outstanding cricket so far. They'll be tough to beat. There haven't been many weak links for their team. They're on home conditions, so for Australia to win the World Cup, they're going to have to play really tough cricket, and they're going to have to improve a little as well.
What is your advice for both India and Australia about the mental makeup for a high-pressure game like this?
Yeah, look, I mean, that's obviously part of it, and what you've got to try and do is, you know, put that pressure aside, put the nerves aside, and sort of continue to play the way that has got you into the World Cup final. And so really just ensuring that you play your way, your game plan, and that's, you know, probably the hardest thing to do under pressure in big matches like this.
You were part of the winning side against India in 2003. So how is that side of Sachin, Sehwag, Dravid different from, you know, Kohli, Rohit's team today?
Well, I mean, look, India have always had fantastic talent. They've always had great players. I think at the moment, you know, maybe one of the differences between, say, 2003 and 2023 is that there doesn't appear to be any weak links with the Indian team at the moment. They're really difficult to beat, and you know, so they've always had good players, but they're all just putting it together at the same time right at the moment.
You've been a phenomenal finisher and a great ODI player. So how do you see Virat Kohli, his overall track record? And is he a different kind of player who brings a different style? Because not just an attacking style, but an overall better style?
Yeah, he kind of blends, you know, the brilliance, you know, to set the tone at the beginning of the match, and then bat all the way through. So he's got multiple aspects to his game that allow him just to dominate one-day cricket. And as you can see, his finishing record, even though technically he's batting number 3, is really tough to beat. I mean, and it's probably taken it to a new level, without a doubt.
Do you think Aussies are going in as underdogs into this final? Because it's not been a dominating run when compared to India this time around. Even against South Africa, it was quite a close contest.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to wear the underdog tag for sure. You know, Australia, you know, have been a little inconsistent. They've been brilliant at times, brilliant in patches, and have relied on 2 or 3 good performances in every match to get them to the World Cup final. But I'm not sure that's going to win the World Cup final for them. I think they need to improve their game, maybe 10-20% just to be a chance of beating the Indians at home.
Your key players pick for India and Australia?
I think for the Australians, personally, and I said this at the beginning of the tournament, I think Steve Smith is still crucial, because Steve Smith has the ability to do what Virat Kohli does in any match. I mean, he's a brilliant player. And we've seen him get starts, 30s, 40s, a couple of 60s, but Virat's really gone on with it. And I think Steve Smith needs to do that for the Australian team. I think if he can do that, then he'll play a key part for the Australians. And maybe Mitchell Starc, we saw how well he bowled last night, and if he can do the same, swing the ball, get a couple of early wickets, then he'll probably set the tone then for Zampa, who's bowled really well throughout the tournament so far.
In terms of the bowling-batting balance for Australia, who has to do a better job against India?
I think it'll be the opening bowlers. You know, I think Adam Zampa has the ability to control the Indians through that middle phase. Maybe Maxwell does as well. But the Indians, because of the types of wickets, the talent they've got, their, you know, and their ability to take away the match in the first sort of 10 or 15 overs, it's sort of a crunch time in any innings in one-day cricket for sure.